boy. Just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Los
Hollywood Kev.
And fuck, I am tired. And also, welcome to the Noize on iHeartRadio. If you haven't, go ahead and follow us on the big three at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, go to beatnetworkonline.com and follow everything Beat Network. All the links are there. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It took us an hour to start recording on this show. I'm exhausted.
You look exhausted.
Like, I'm exhausted. My body hurt. I'm just like, yeah, this clocking in for 8 hours shit is for the birds.
Yes, it is.
We do well with beat. We do well with the noise. But I need this to be full time.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I had seen something that said a 9 to 5 pays the bills, but your dreams make you rich. I was like, that's smart.
That's smart, but I feel like at this point, being rich, they're like rich in experience and rich,
right? True.
You know what I'm saying? Rich in fulfillment. Pockets though, motherfuckers still touching.
Yeah.
Bro,
pockets is flat.
Let me tell you, dude. And I had to pay my rent late this month, so all of the late fees was tacked on. Handing over that money
hurt.
Was like giving my child to CPS.
It was a swift kick in the nuts, wasn't it?
And I'm telling you, like, I'm holding the fucking I was about to say the cashier's check.
Money order.
I'm holding the fucking money order, trying to give it to the lady. She's like grabbing, and we're like tug of war with it because I'm not ready to break away from that again. Like, this is like when they was gonna take Precious away from Monique, and then she went and got on Netflix. Like, it was just a bunch of shit that went and happened, and I wasn't ready to part ways with money just yet.
Yeah, I've been there. I know how that feels.
But above all, I know it's all for a reason, and I know this is just a season. Bars. I'm just ready for this goddamn season to pass.
Right.
Kind of like the shit that what the Vegas weather is doing right now.
I don't know what the fuck Vegas weather is doing.
Bro, I've woke up on straight. Like, you remember what was the Nori record? The Nori record with Pharrell. I
have no idea what you're talking about.
So fuck the joke. I'm not gonna get into it. Just know.
You said Nori. I was like, oh no.
My seasonal allergies was acting up so goddamn bad this morning. Like, I just woke up. Like, the shit was real, bro. And it's bad because you know how, and I got the same issue with my knee, but you know how people that have repaired knees, like, I know when it's about to rain. I feel like I know that's when it's overcast.
Yeah.
Because I wake up and I'm just dying.
Yeah, today was extremely cloudy. It's been cloudy. The weather's been cool. It's been warm.
It's been warm, definitely.
But the sky is doing some shit.
It's been humid. And
yeah, it has been humid.
What I think people don't understand, and we can detest this as two Clevelanders, what people don't understand is when Vegas gets humid, it's a different fucking ball game.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna sweat. No matter what kind of perfume smell right you put on, you gonna stink. Like, I got into, mind you, I wear a suit at my job.
Yeah, I don't know how they need to give y'all some polos in the summer.
Something, you know what I mean? But no, that ain't gonna happen. And I got in the car, my niece, I was like, little bastard, shut up. She gonna say, you smell like you got out the pool.
Wow.
Right. Roast. Just went straight in on me.
Oh, well, you know what? Shut up.
Right.
Do your damn homework or something.
No, you know what? You were an accident. How about that? Like, I should have just went in or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have just started barking shit.
You can't do that. You can't say that.
That's why I'm not ready to be a dad. I'm telling you, let my son say some fast shit. I hate you, daddy. I should have squirted you on your mama's titties. How about that? How about that?
CPS gonna come for verbal abuse. He gonna give your kid a complex. You keep
your mama was on some freak shit. She wouldn't get off top. 9 months later, poof. Hello, little Devontae.
It's a badass out my face.
Right, exactly. Get your little ass out my face, but we really fighting up in here.
That's funny.
And y'all want me to have a kid. All right.
That's funny.
Shit. It was something else I wanted to talk about. Well, no, I actually had this random idea, this random thought. You know what I would love to see?
No, you haven't told me yet.
Well, now you're going to know.
Okay.
I would love to see an Issa Rae and Tiffany Haddish buddy comedy. Not a TV show, because I think it would eventually get worn out. But if they had like a solid movie, it was like a buddy comedy, and just let it be as raw as they are as people, that should be hilarious.
What would it have to be? What would it be about?
I mean, they couldn't really go like the buddy cop route, but something like like a How High type, duo flick, or like The Watch. Like you look at all of the popular black duo flicks, and 9 times out of 10, the duo is known for being exactly that. I'm not saying let Issa Rae and Tiffany Haddish walk away as like the new duo Hollywood,
right.
but just make just some new shit. You know what I mean?
I get
like,
what you're saying.
They have that. They have the personality, and they're raw as fuck. You know
Why
what I
did
mean?
you choose those two?
Who else would you see get? Well, one, there aren't that many black female pairings in Hollywood. You look at just through history, for real. I forgot what the dude's name is. The white guy that played Willy Wonka. Him and Richard Pryor, they had hella movies together. Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. I'm assuming this is in the midst of the Cosby rape. They had movies going on. It's like you see all these legendary duos who you wouldn't see in any other aspect, and there aren't really many with females. And I was thinking, with this being like the resurgence of females in entertainment, who would be 2 solid ones to put together? And I instantly thought of those two, because as far as black comedians are concerned, and I mean comedians, I'm sorry, who else is really, no one's really buzzing like Tiffany.
Yeah, she's in different spots right now.
And then Issa Rae, she's been funny since YouTube. Bruh, you pair those two together, give them 3-4 movies, bruh.
I agree with you. They can definitely, I can see something like that happen. I just think the plot would have to be good.
Oh man, I don't think I've seen anything bad from Issa Rae.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a bad idea. It really wouldn't.
If you're listening, probably not. But if y'all are listening, make something happen. Paramount and all these other cats is out here handing out deals.
Yeah,
everybody trying to jump on board. I haven't even asked, Kev, how was your week?
My week was a week, man. Yeah, my week was a week. Been slowly reeling back into writing and getting stuff out. So, been watching a lot of inspirational stuff lately, and that's been kind of helping me. But other than that, man, staying out the way.
Bro, that's the best thing to do in life. Is just to be out the way.
Stay out the way, move low key. Nobody. I mean, you know what I'm doing because I talk to you every day. But outside of that, nobody knows what I'm doing. Keep it that way. So when I pop up, I'm gonna be like, I told you.
Hey, here I am. My week was cool. My week was busy as fuck, but my week was
I feel
cool.
like your weeks are always busy, though.
They are. I think it's just that I'm in this weird headspace now, which I won't say weird. I'll say it's a positive and it's a welcomed headspace. It's a different headspace from where I've been, and I'm just embracing the grind. I'm embracing the hustle.
That's where I'm at. The way I look at it is just I evolved in headspace.
Right.
And I mean, I'm about to evolve in it. And it was definitely a time I was telling you, I did not feel like I was evolving. But as of late, been getting my head right, and I feel like I'm starting to take those steps to push me a little bit further. So I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Right. And I feel the transition. I was actually having a long conversation with Tavon Greatness-Patterson today before they started recording Pillow Talk. And I feel bad because the shit's definitely going to come out late. That's because of these goddamn 8 hours I got to put in. But we was having a long conversation just about how a lot of people talk. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, let's get this done. Oh, yeah, I'm really trying to do this, and yada, yada, yada. And then when it comes time to execute, it's just like, don't answer the phone. So-and-so calling, let that ring. I didn't even see. I was waiting on you to call. Man, I think my phone bill was due. Just whatever random excuse they can come up with to not actually go for it. And that's actually something that made me really happy, because I know everyone in my camp has that exact same mindset. Everyone in my camp is like, yo, let's eat, let's work, let's do something. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably what's been empowering the hustle this year, because we've stacked together a solid fucking team. When at one point it was just me, you, and Jay.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? And I feel like we put together a solid team, and all of our heads are in the same atmosphere right now.
I agree with that. I like our team. I think we got a good squad.
It's a good squad. So shout out to everybody. Love you guys. We're going to start off with the somber shit just to get it out the way, just we have a little fun towards the latter end. And honestly, there's nothing to joke about with this situation, but I am thoroughly convinced that Fab is possessed.
Yeah.
That's not fabulous, bro.
Yeah, Fab is in a form of the sunken place or something. That can't be.
Something. This is the biggest 180 we've seen from Fab. If I could squeeze in one joke, he's the reason why I failed a lot of spelling tests back in the day. You know how many years I went without
He was
knowing?
singing a song in his head. Oh, yep, that's how you spell it.
Exactly, because that's how I spelled Notorious. Like, anytime I had Notorious on spell, what is the end note? Yo, all right, let's do it. Then my big rap remedial ass, Fabolous. It was like, nah.
Said rap remedial.
And every time it was wrong, I'm like, that's bullshit. It's right there.
I know how to spell.
Fabu. Oh, got you. Okay, but anyway, getting off of that. When I first heard that Fab was beating up his girl, the first thing that comes to you is the exact same reaction you had when you heard Chris Brown hit Rihanna. You didn't really grasp at it like, nah, Fab, because it was the same thing with Chris. Like, nah, you may run it. He didn't put his hands on Riri. And then the police reports started coming out. I think it said she had lost like 3 teeth.
Who is she? Who is his girl in the industry? What does she do?
Emily Bustamante. She comes on one of the reality TV shows. I mean, shit, excuse me for not knowing, but I don't watch it.
Like, what does she do, though? Is she just a chick that just is with Fab, or is she like a model, fashion designer, something?
Pretty sure she's a model. I'm pretty sure she has her own. I'm pretty sure she has plenty of things going. You know what I mean? That's one thing I have at least noticed with some of these reality shows, that a lot of them aren't just boasting off of their famous boyfriends anymore. Like, they're actually entrepreneurs.
Right.
They're doing something. Like, you look at Cardi, and we'll get to that later. You look at Cardi, her transition from Love and Hip Hop was 1 season. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, big up to them for that, for at least actually showcasing people that are doing something and not just around because this person is their boyfriend.
Right.
But I digress. All these reports came out that he was putting his hands on her, and we finally got this detailed report for those that aren't keeping up with it. Apparently, he put his hands on her. He punched her 7 times, took out 2 or 3 of her teeth. And the video that we saw was after her brother took out 2 guns from his house because she was like in fear that he was going to use it.
Right.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, didn't a lot of this start allegedly her father stole some money from him?
That I don't know.
That's what I was hearing. I was hearing that he allegedly has stole $300K from him and did something else, and that's where this stemmed and started from.
Now, I can understand that beef being with her father.
With her father,
even if if that's the case, then that's for sure beef, there, and that shit got to be addressed. And I say it all the time, unless you're truly in danger, there's never a reason to put your hands on a female. And you look at this situation with Fab.
You know how hard you got to punch somebody to really knock out their teeth?
Let alone 7 fucking times.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember we had this conversation before. I was like, is Fab done? You know what I mean? And the only reason I brought that up in comparison to Chris Brown is Chris Brown, and people will never admit it, but obviously Chris Brown's fans are mostly women.
Right.
They were very forgiving and quick of Chris. Not to the level where he's at now. Obviously, he still goes through bullshit, but they were very forgiving, which allowed him to get back on and stay on.
Right.
Fab, is niggas. That's all that rock with Fab.
Yeah, exactly.
Is niggas. But with that being said, in the court of public opinion and in the media, he's gonna lose that spot. He's gonna lose that visibility. And that's why I felt like, the question could be asked, like, is this raps for him?
I don't think so, and that's only because Fab hasn't consistently put out music. He's been more or less a fashion model, if you will. You know what I mean? I think from this situation, whether he gets jail time or not, he disappears for maybe a year or two, and then he'll start popping back up doing the same things he was doing, and that's dressing. I don't know anybody that's really saying they're looking for Fab music. And with this going on, you're definitely not getting any right now.
Right.
I don't think it's done for him though, because I think he was in such a secluded space that is really, this situation really wouldn't harm him. I guess. I mean, it does make me look at him differently, but
definitely.
I don't think it's rap for him.
And to even to piggyback off of that, to know Fab as just the most chill, laid back, like, to me, Fab was just a very swaggy version of Nas. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, nowhere near. But, like as his personality, he was just super chill, and he didn't really seem to get too riled up with much. So when you hear that, and then when you watch the video, they saying in the video, I got I got 2 bullets for you. I'm like, bruh, that's not Fab. There's no way that's Fab.
Right. I don't know if he was having Ray J flashbacks. I don't know.
Something. He must have been talking to Ray J.
Something was going on. But yeah, that situation it got to be more to it than that situation. I'm not defending him or anything like that. He shouldn't have put his hands on that woman. But it's got to be more to it, because that was a lot of anger and rage in what he was doing. Something had to set him off. And it doesn't justify it, but I'm just curious on what it was that set him off like that.
I'm going to be completely honest. Like, from seeing that video, I wouldn't be surprised if there was more to it, but the unfortunate truth of the matter is what we've been talking about on the show, numerous times, is niggas really need to get out here and get help. Niggas really need to get out here and talk to somebody and work out whatever issues that that you have. Because again, when you go over the story, punched her 7 times, knocked her teeth out, threatened to kill her multiple times, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this shit going on. And especially with with my experiences towards it, like, bro, this sounds like psychosis. You know what I mean? Because it's something. Because again, you only know Fab as chill, so you wouldn't expect Fab to not only go to these levels, but at the heights of the levels that he went to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you putting your hands on your girl, which is a bitch move, no matter who you are. And you threatening her family, like legit threats. Like, bro, he's looking at 10 years.
Yeah.
And one of the charges is terroristic threats. That shit is insane. Fabulous. Like, the only thing that makes sense in that kind of situation is somebody that's just out of their mind.
Yeah, either that or, like I said, something had to really set him up. But it's still puzzling, because it's like, that's your girl. It's not just some random chick you was just dating. Y'all been together.
Right.
Believe y'all even may have kids together.
When I was looking up Emily B, one of the stories that popped up, it says Fab and Emily B reunite. And that was from like 2013 or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So y'all been together. Y'all got history together. So something had to really set this man off to act completely out of character. And again, it doesn't justify it, but I just want to know from my own personal, what ticked this man off? But like you said, they gotta see help.
Like, as men, we have to get that help, because you look at when women lose their shit, everything around you is gonna get fucked up.
Right.
You're more inclined to have your house get burnt down on some left eye shit before any harm comes to you. Men, when we get mad, even if we don't have any mental issues, any mental instabilities, when we get mad, our natural knowledge is to cause harm, whether it's put our hands on somebody or punch a wall. We don't get mad and start ripping shit and setting shit on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's never been our stilo. At least when we're really pushed to that point.
Right.
The ones that don't have that solid grasp on reality and on mental stability, that shit becomes something different. Because watching that video, and I know I probably said it a shit ton of times, but watching that video, bro, that's not Fab.
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form is that Fab.
I agree with you. I agree with you with everything you said. My question now is what happens next for Fab? I don't think it's his wash, but he's gonna have to do something that kind of washes away this whole thing. Does he put out an album, take the Jay-Z route, and kind of talk about things? Like, what is his next step?
I'm gonna be completely
Because he's gonna need some money after this shit.
I'm gonna be honest. His only option at this point is to take the Chris Brown route. And I think the biggest difference between this situation and Chris's situation, Chris walked away with what, probation?
From the Rihanna shit?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
It was just probation.
Few years probation. Because, yeah, he got locked up on something else, so yeah.
And they were never talking prison time.
Right.
Not once. Nigga, the first situation, we're hearing 10 years
With Fab.
with Fab.
Yeah.
So it's
but
like,
I think that could be because of the terroristic threats.
I'm sure it's the terrorism threats, and I'm sure it's the multiple reports of domestic violence. Like this has been a pattern, you know what I mean? And,
yeah, maybe
and
that,
you know the courts take all of that shit into account.
Maybe that's why Chris Brown got over probation, because that Chris Brown shit came completely
right. That was him. That was him just losing it.
Yeah,
and that's why I feel like the opinion of Fab changes, because there's too much record of him beating her ass, and then when you know when you get to the point where you can't hide certain shit, because once you're as a celebrity, everything that's yours is public knowledge.
Right. But that's the same reason why I don't think nothing's really going to happen with him, his money wise, because it's multiple reports. So Fab has been doing this before. And
it's gonna affect his money.
I know the situation is going to affect his money some way, but I'm saying if this isn't his first time doing this, this is just probably the worst out of the bunch. If it didn't stop him then I don't see it stopping him now, just because this situation was worse.
It was a little more closeted then. And that's the
but some people that were in tune knew.
Yes and no. And the reason I say that is because no one is necessarily thinking, let me go look up this shit on Fab. Prime example, why didn't we find out about Cosby until a few years ago? When all of this shit has been public records, public knowledge of him drugging women, and people have been talking about it. Harvey Weinstein. What's her name? Kurt Cobain's ex. Courtney Love. Courtney Love said, when they say you have any advice to young starlets trying to come up in the industry, yeah, don't go to Harvey Weinstein's hotel room at 4 a.m. when he invites you over for a script read. Like, all of this shit has been public knowledge, but people don't pay attention to it until it's juicy, until it's news, until there's a video out there. So this shit could have all been out there, and no one really cared to look into it. Emily B wasn't really reaching out for people to hear her cry. And of course, Fab wasn't gonna let that shit show. In our head, Fab was gearing up for the tour, for the Freddie vs. Jason tour.
Yeah.
So you're never really gonna see it. But now that it's out, they're gonna find the history.
Yeah, I mean, they'll find a history a lot more coming out. I'm just saying I don't see this situation affecting him as much as the Rihanna situation affected Chris Brown.
Right. No. I see it being worse just for everything coming out.
Really?
And yeah, bro, I'm telling you, with Chris, you hear about a history of angry spats, and then boom, he hit Rihanna, and even with that, this is definitely an unpopular opinion. If Rihanna can forgive him and talk to him, and have some kind of contact with him, and I'm not even talking about that because then they're breaking up again. But now they're cool
I'm talking
again.
about they've made music like with Rihanna's last couple of albums, not.
Well, yeah, but remember they got back together for a cool little minute too.
Afterwards, yeah, it was rumors going around and stuff. But I'm talking about like as in, I think what album was that? The album that came out in 2012, 2013. Like he was on one of those songs.
Right, but right now I'm talking about today. Okay. Like he reached out to Rihanna after his documentary came out, just to make sure she was cool with what he was saying. So I'm like, if they're able to maintain that kind of contact, if they don't give a fuck, we shouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Fab is a different case. And, I was never like the biggest Fab fan. He caught me with hella records, don't get me wrong. Right. But in this situation, he don't deserve any of the other shit he got going on.
I agree with you. I'm just saying with taking into account that it's majority of it that's males that's listening to him. And like we talked about earlier, you got some stupid men that's trying to justify what he's saying. I just don't see him taking as big of an L as Chris Brown did. He's
not going to take as big as an L in the streets. But in where it counts, he's going to take an L. And it's deserved. It's fully deserved. To find out that this is a repetitious, you know what I'm saying, thing, bro, that shit's whack. That shit's super whack. I don't care who you are.
Why do you think Fab would take an L where it counts, but Floyd wouldn't? Have multiple accounts of Floyd putting his hands on women.
Floyd's worth too much money. People are very forgiving when the bag is right.
When you got that bag.
Floyd is the $1 million man. No matter what he enters, is guaranteed to make money. Conor McGregor's biggest payoff, $30 million.
Yeah.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Niggas been in the UFC all this time. We watched a video of him being excited about $250K.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Made $30 million with Floyd off of one fight. People are very forgiving when it comes to that bag. Fab ain't making nobody no money.
That's true.
So they figured, let's jump on this boat. If this shit's going on, then this shit's going on. I told you there was a YouTuber that was asking for titty pictures and got fired from his company. Like this ain't the season to be doing this kind of shit.
Right. Yeah, you can't
And
do that.
If this was a one-time Fab thing, he would have been able to do the due diligence of getting it all corrected, move forward. There's a history. There's a pattern that I can't fuck with. No major network is gonna want to fuck with. As far as mainstream media, we've probably seen the last of Fab unless he get these 10 years. Now, if he gets the 10 years, this is where the stupid nigga shit come into play. If he get the 10 years, niggas is screaming free Fab. Niggas is ready for Fab to come home.
I've been seeing free Fab hashtags like since this shit has happened. I've actually seen them, which I'm like, you don't free nobody from doing blatant wrong.
Right. Like, obviously, he was in the wrong. And like we were talking about before, like, these are the niggas that people put their ears to. These are the niggas that are making people say that niggas ain't shit. Like, bruh, how are you justifying abuse? Now, what if you found out he was beating up his kid? You gonna be like, oh, kids deserve discipline. No. I mean, he's like jawing his kid.
Right.
Like on a daily fucking basis. Like that changed the whole dynamic. Like, bruh, a fucking woman is a fucking human being. At the end of the goddamn day. Yes, they drive us fucking insane.
You can't live with them, can't live without them.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And at the end of the day, you putting your hands on somebody that you claiming that you truly fuck with, bruh, that's a different kind of trauma.
Yeah. And not only that, you affecting your kids now because
It's
over the internet and it's there to stay.
And it's never going to go away. Whenever you want to see daddy telling grandpa, I got a bullet for you, just Google it. You can see it now. Every kid got a fucking phone.
Yeah.
And that sucks too, because they probably in school getting
teased, all sorts of stuff. When I used to see like pictures of leaked news or whatever the case was, and I'd be thinking about the kids like, damn, that kid got to go to school the next day. Everybody laughing because they didn't see his mom naked or something like that. I couldn't live in this era, man.
Not at all.
I couldn't be a kid in this era.
Not at all. Man, and I ain't gonna do that, nah. Just know, man, that's real shit. Being a kid in this era, it's so weird that this is, when it comes down to the kids that are coming up, this is the most hypersensitive, all-out, balls-out era for children right now.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers have no filter, but they also have no guard. Like, you can literally mix these niggas up in the paint, no problem. And, yeah, man, it's crazy, bro.
Just don't put your hands on the women.
Simple
and plain. Just don't do that. It's not a good look. And honestly, if you put your hands on mine, we got issues.
It's a problem, definitely. And vice versa, the whole way around. Just keep your hands to yourself.
Right. Basically, keep your hands to yourself.
If you're not ready for that work from either your significant other or someone else bigger than you, just keep your fucking hands to yourself. It's that simple.
Right.
Fab, he had a run. I'm glad he was able to, do over a decade, but his raps. You just need to chalk that up. Call that
I don't
quits.
know if I'm not saying I want it or not want it to be rapped from. I just don't see that happening as bad as it should happen.
At least from a mainstream standpoint.
Right. So, yeah, we'll see, though. I mean, we'll definitely see. But, yeah, need to see a therapist. That's what we need to do.
It's pissing me off slightly. At the end of the day, man, we just want everybody to heal. Heal and be better.
Yeah.
Be better and do better. That's all we can really ask for. Let's kind of move on. This episode's going much longer than what we intended it to. I'm still tired. Conor McGregor, we talking about motherfuckers losing it. He flew all the way from Ireland to fucking Brooklyn.
To fuck shit up.
Sole purpose. Nigga, when you look at fucking Matt Barnes. He was in the car mad the whole way to Derek Fisher house to go catch the fade. How long is the flight from Ireland to Brooklyn? And the whole way, your energy is to fuck shit up.
Right. How do you contain yourself in a small space? Mad.
Just mad. He had
Can't
to
do nothing.
He had to
angry.
be in first class just taking shots. Taking shots and singing Irish folk songs. That's the only thing I can imagine.
That's
They
crazy.
jump in front. Oh, hide it, hide it, hide it, hide it.
But I never. That might be Polish.
Yes, it could be. Who knows?
But no, what or German? My thing is, what was the motivation behind it? Did this nigga just wake up one day and be like, I don't fuck shit up? Like, I don't know what happened.
So, he took time off to fight Mayweather, to
Right.
train and fight Mayweather.
All right.
He won the light heavyweight title 2 years ago. So he hasn't defended it. None of that. So they stripped him of it. And it was supposed to be on the line at the next UFC.
I didn't know
card.
they can do that. If you haven't been fighting, they can just, you can fight. So we gonna
Yeah, I
take
mean,
it.
you got to be a fighting champion.
I
I think you're
understand.
only allowed like a year.
I can understand. I mean, I understand it. I'm just saying if a person is taking his time off to honestly propel UFC, because it definitely propel UFC.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Then why would he be stripped? But
Though, you make a good point, and that makes me look at what's his name, the nigga that's over UFC.
Dana White.
That makes me look at Dana White different because you were all over the Mayweather and McGregor fight. You were announcing your boy,
Yeah.
and then you stripped him. Like, you kind of grind me for that, bro. But 2 years, no title defense, stripped him. So he flew from Ireland to Brooklyn.
So that when he was flying, that same day he must have found out he got stripped.
Now, he got stripped like a week ago. So damn, so a week and a flight.
And the flight.
And he was mad the whole time. He probably was sleeping with his eyes open.
Gonna fuck shit up.
No, it's Fook. Good fucking morning. Let's go to Brooklyn.
That's crazy. What was he getting charged with, you know?
Aggravated assault. It was one other. It was like 3 other ones. Because one of the fighters, he threw a fucking, and there's video of the shit. He threw a dolly through the window of the bus, and one fighter broke his arm, and another fighter got glass in his eye, and they got pulled from the card. So you fucked up a UFC card.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I seen his bail was like $50K.
He got that, obviously.
Yeah, he got that.
He's probably walking free right now.
Yeah, I believe it. He's like the white John Jones.
No.
You don't think so?
Because John Jones just can't stop doing coke and steroids.
True. I mean, as far as getting in trouble with the law. Is this? Because I don't think this is his first time, is it?
Nah, it's not. If anything, he's like the white DMX.
And it's funny because I just saw he's born in '88. This dude is like 29. He's
Super young. Super young cat. Which is probably why he's wilding the way he is. Because he's young. He still got years to come back. And as much as Dana White says that their relationship is raps, Conor McGregor is money.
Yeah, that's the only person who's making him money right now.
Conor McGregor is money, and he don't want that nigga to jump to wrestling. Because that's where all these UFC niggas are going right now.
Yeah. What do you think about Mayweather saying he'll get an octagon?
I think that's raps now. I think the only person that you would want to see him fight is McGregor.
Yeah, it is McGregor.
McGregor would kick his career out his head.
Yeah, absolutely. if that is the case, if this man is truly trying to get in the octagon with McGregor gonna beat the dog shit out of him.
Exactly. It's like you're paying him back that L.
Right. But the reason I'm interested in that, and I don't think it will be completely raps, is at the end of the day, that's gonna create a bad.
No, that's gonna create a monumentous. But before I finish my sentence, McGregor's biggest payday before boxing Mayweather was $250K. The only other person to get paid as much as McGregor, if not more, was Lesnar, and I don't think he even tipped the $500,000.
Well, the reason I say it generated a lot of revenues because you have 2 fan bases watching this again.
Right.
And then you might have even more because you're going to have people that want to see Floyd get his head knocked off.
To be honest, you may not have 2 fan bases because we all know that the boxing fan base is much, much bigger than the UFC, than the MMA fan base.
Right.
You can watch an independent boxing promotion or if 2 fighters from bumfuck Egypt fighting each other, and you're guaranteed damn near a sold out arena. Bellator, they just started selling out arenas.
Right.
What's the spot out here? Tough Enough.
Yeah.
I've never seen them have a packed house ever.
That's true.
But a lot of the little boxer cats out here, they be filling up little small arenas.
That's true.
Because boxing is where it's at, I don't see a lot of that a lot of those eyes transferring over to UFC for this fight.
Well, I don't think it wouldn't do the same numbers as the boxing match, but I think it would do good enough, better numbers than what the UFC has gotten before, is what I'm saying.
I think the fight would be pirated like a motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely.
You can go watch that shit on Facebook Live somewhere.
Absolutely be pirated. I'm not paying for no whole fight to watch Floyd lose in the first round.
No, I'm okay.
No,
I'm okay.
That. I'm not doing that. No.
But I mean, with this situation with Conor, that shit is wraps.
Yeah, but if it's possible.
Now, one thing I am happy about. Say whatever the fuck you want to say about me. I'm happy that when the sheriff or whoever the fuck it was talking about it, he called Conor and his boys thugs. It was nothing but Irishmen. So I'm like, he called a group of white people creating malarkey thugs. All right. Perfect. That's the only thing I was really happy about this whole situation, because I'm like, cool. So they at least recognize the celebrities and stuff.
Right, at least the celebrities.
You know, we'll see in 10 years, because already took them, 60 to start saying thugs? So we'll see what happened in 10 years. Maybe it'll start bleeding down to regular people. You know, progression. But, yeah, bro, I think with McGregor throwing the dolly through the window and glass going into somebody's eye,
he messed up a car.
More than just the issues of going to jail.
Yeah, because at this point, the UFC can sue you.
No, they're going to sue him. Dana White already says he's being sued. He said this is far past us firing him. He's being sued.
Yeah, he might be right. It might be raps for him.
The UFC's going to sue him.
I hope he invested pretty well.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's going to go to wrestling.
You think so?
That's the only other... Think about it, bro. Ronda Rousey got put to sleep twice.
She right over there to wrestling.
Guess where she going to be on this Sunday, since the show come out on Sunday?
You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first... Lesnar got fucked up. That nigga was right back on wrestling like a month later.
Yeah.
Like, it's a resurgence for them. It gives them an opportunity to still compete, and I say that with quotes, and be seen and make the bag. And crazy shit is, he would make more money over there than what he did in UFC.
He would, because he would have a crazy fan base over there.
Crazy fan base.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be a horrible move for him.
Nah.
Bro, the storylines would probably
less right. They would probably less ideal situation for him, because that's probably not where his true passion is. But
oh yeah, you know his true passion. Well, even.
But no, I was about to say, for that bag, and you're over there, like you said, still competing, still doing something. You probably.
And that's what I think his true passion is. I think his passion is the bag. I don't think it's ever been competing, even though he's probably one of the greatest fighters we've seen. I don't think his passion was ever really in competing, because when you look at it, when he talks about the fights. Even after he wins the fight, he doesn't big up the other dude.
Right.
You saw him big up Floyd because he took that L, but you've never seen him talk like a fighter. He's only talked big money business. Right. That's all he's ever done. And when he's on Instagram, he's flashy. So I think his motivation has always been the bag.
I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past
him at all. And I hate to go back to the wrestling side of things, but he had like a whole ass Twitter war with WWE. For the fuck of it.
Yeah, he did.
Just for the fuck of it. I don't think competing is his true passion. I think he enjoys being a conversation piece.
Yeah, hey, if it's getting him that bread, I can't fault him for it.
I'm about to say he's obviously doing great at it, but he's got some shit going on in his life.
Oh yeah, he got a shitstorm that's about to come down.
Now, with this, outside of just going into, scripted fighting, what else could he possibly do to bounce back from this?
Honestly, if I was him after this, there's no bouncing back from it, because you're not going to be able to fight in the UFC no more. You can try your hand at boxing. You weren't bad. You can try your hand at that, but with the way boxing is right now, it wouldn't be a smart move.
He get ate up.
Yeah,
especially in that division.
Right.
Right now,
like you said, he just needs to go to wrestling, get that bag, stay out the way.
You know what I could see him doing? But then again, now because the bag wouldn't be anywhere near UFC, I could see him going to Bellator and trying to be the face of Bellator, because that's exactly what Rampage did.
Right. Nah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd be a demotion to himself.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I was him.
But I mean, again, I could see it happening.
I don't put anything past people. I think all probabilities are probable.
And Bellator, they probably got like 6 solid good fighters, so he could probably go over there and just dominate.
Yeah, but like you said, that bag ain't gonna be the same. So
it ain't the same bag, right?
Why not?
Well, Conor McGregor, best of luck to you, Lottie. You got some shit on the way to you. I hope you stacked every dollar.
Right, like I said, I hope you invested properly.
Because if not, you are going to be a hurting individual. Or you probably spent it all on the flight over. But still, you know how jet lagged you are when you get off a plane? Like, had that been my big ass out there, I'd be like, Dana White, you a bitch ass nigga. Like, I'd have been worn the fuck out. They wouldn't have. You just saw me pick up that dollar and put it right the fuck back down.
This ain't
like,
even
no,
worth it, dog.
I'm just at your window. Hey, give my belt back.
I'm letting y'all know I'm unhappy with this shit.
I'm not. This shit ain't cool. I'm going to go to the hotel and take a nap. Y'all call me when y'all ready to talk. That shit ain't happening, bro. I'm sorry. And that really is the news of the fucking week. Nothing happened this week.
Nope.
Not a fucking thing happened. I do want to close out this last little bit of time now that we've gone the usual amount of time with the noise. So might as well. One big thing that did happen is Cardi finally dropped her album. And I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't have a single opinion on it.
I haven't listened to the full thing. I downloaded it from my girl because we share like a title, and I played the first. Her intro was long. I played like the first 2 minutes, and she was gassing, but I turned it off after that. Whoever writing for her know what the hell he doing.
You ain't shit.
Whoever writes for her, they know what the hell he doing. I'm not saying she doesn't have any opinion or any input in her writing. She could write 90%, and somebody else could write the 10%. Whatever that 10% is, that's the shit.
But that 10% nigga is on.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a chance to hear it yet, but I see it's getting a lot of push on social media.
That's all you see on social media.
I gotta look it up again, but I'm hearing that she's gold. She went gold.
Yeah, she went gold already.
That shit's insane if that's the case. Big up to Cardi. One thing I do want to bring up with this: why does there have to be one dominant female? If you look at the history, the next female is always pitted against the current queen.
Right.
Like every time. She even when Nikki got in the business, it instantly was she biting off Kim. She trying to beat Kim, yada yada, and then they went at it. Remy got out. Oh, she coming at Nikki. Like it could never just be, just let them eat. Right. Like I want to get your opinion. Of course, I'll share mine. Why do you think it's so hard to have more than one dominant female in the game?
That question is a solid ass question.
Thank you.
Maybe because honestly, I truly don't know. But the only thing that I can think of is maybe the men in the hip hop, since it's a male dominant sport, they know they got to let females in a little bit. You know what I mean? I think that maybe the men or the machine makes it to where only one female artist can be at the top at one time. And I think they do that just to keep it as a male dominant sport. Because I've since you said something, I haven't thought about that much, but you pose a very good question. I truly don't know why it would be, why it can't be more than one. I truly don't know.
My thoughts, well, at least to go off of what you just said, with it being a male-dominant sport, and specifically a heterosexual male-dominated sport, only reason I say that is to get into my next point. Majority of the people that listen to female MCs are either female or homosexual men. Exactly. That's just majority. Don't let me be, don't hit me up. Damn, you just call niggas to listen to Cardi gay? Like, we've praised Cardi multiple times on this fucking show. We praised Nicki on the show. We praised Remy on the show. I don't believe you're gay.
But if you feel that way.
You still my nigga. But like not like my nigga, but you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But real shit. That's where the majority of that fan base comes from. My theory with it is I don't even think it's within the artist. I think it's within the fan base. And the reason I say that is we love drama. We love issues. You can't say, oh, okay, so Nipsey just dropped Victory Lap, so there's another top gangbanger in the industry. Damn, so what's good with YG? How you feel about that, YG? There's a Crip coming for your spot. How you feel about that? That's not going to sway a nigga, right, whatsoever. They know, I'm talking about just, hip-hop fan base. They know that if you put the right bug in the right female's ear, you may start some shit.
True.
You definitely may start some shit. Like, think about how they try to unpack so much between Nicki and Cardi since Cardi got on the scene. Mm-hmm. Think about how quick Remy and Nicki went at it.
Yeah, from jump.
Remy came out with a record and was like, nah, that ain't had nothing to do with Nicki. Then she heard a rumor that Nicki was starting. Mm-hmm. She was talking shit. And she went straight into it. We're so into drama that I think it's just understood that you can get a female beef way quicker than you can get males beef off of just gossip.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'm gonna be real. I hope this isn't a sexist statement that I'm making. And if there's anybody offended by what I'm saying, I don't know why you're offended, because it's really not a sexist statement that I'm making. It's just real shit. If you look at every female beef, every last one, all of them, I'm talking about from Roxanne Shante to Remy today. Mm-hmm. Every female beef started off a hearsay.
Yeah.
I think except Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim.
That's all I was just
Somebody
about
got
to say
shot
that.
in their beef.
I was just about to say that. That was probably the only one.
Is that may be the only one, but any female rap beef, all of it started off with hearsay. All of it started off with, oh, you know she the queen now. How you feel about that? I feel like if we had the opportunity to just let them coexist in the industry, let them eat from their lane, we ain't gotta have these. We probably get some better music.
Absolutely.
And to be completely honest with you, ain't none of them fucking with Rhapsody.
Yeah.
No matter how fucking fine they are.
I first I heard that the Prime Royce album and DJ Premier, and it's a track with Rhapsody. Oh my God, she gassed
Rhapsody is one of those artists that stands toe to toe with male artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
She held her own with Kendrick.
Absolutely.
She held her own with Prime. And think about it. Think about the rappers that she's rapping with.
Yeah, she's not rapping with no slouches.
Right. She's rapping with niggas that you have to be on your shit lyrically.
Yeah.
To really, stand the test of time. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, we've heard that with Nicki. We haven't heard it consistently.
True.
We've heard that with Cardi. We haven't heard it consistently.
Why do you think somebody like Rhapsody, and we know she can kill you with bars, why doesn't she get as much praise as somebody like Cardi?
She's not considered attractive. That's just being straight up. You look at the female dominance in hip hop, they stopped caring about what you were rapping about easily in the 90s. Queen Latifah came out here and was looking like she just drove in from Egypt. You know what I mean? MC Lyte, they questioned her sexuality for years. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. The Brat, just straight dude. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a shift. You look at, like female rappers coming out being sexy and twerking and all this other stuff, and then you hand them the mic and then they just go ham. I think now that it's a package deal.
I think I just may have figured out a little bit on why. To answer to your first question, the initial question you posed. Sitting there thinking, back in the 90s when we had the Brat, we had, who'd you mention? You said the Brat,
MC Lyte, Queen Latifah.
All three of those women respectively, I think a lot of the men in industry looked at them as one of the fellas.
As MCs, right.
Yeah, they looked at one of the fellas, right? So when the shift that you're talking about, when you get the more attractive MCs, I feel like they may not be taken as serious. Mm-hmm. So the men in the industry are like, you know what? These women are not doing what we do, but we know we got to let them in. We'll do it a little bit out of a time. You know what I mean? Because to my question, I truly don't understand why Rhapsody is not getting as much shine, but you said she's not. She falls in along the lines as Queen Latifah and the MC Lights and so on and so forth as one of the guys. I think the attractiveness is probably why we only allow one woman to dominate the game.
Now we can only have one bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like that's literally how, I guess the hip hop fans look at it.
Yeah.
So that's why we're so quicker to pit them together. But again, we don't pit them against women who can just lyrically dominate, because you look at a woman that was actually had the sex appeal. Mm-hmm. She didn't go full force with it, but she had the sex appeal and was just, I've never heard a bad verse from her, at least till her latter years. But Shauna should have been true. Shauna should have been a fucking problem with DTP. True. She should have been a fucking issue. But guess what? You couldn't quote Shauna until I was getting some head.
Right.
Getting, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's almost like you have to be on that kind of shit to get over as a female MC. And then of course, as men, we get the blame for it, but we're not buying it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you, if you're a female MC in the game and you have the same thoughts of what we're thinking, like, why only got to be one of us? What do you do to combat that?
The last time we saw something like that happen, this may be a stretch. And at the same time, I don't think it's a stretch because I even remember the performance and everything that came from it. We need another ladies' night.
Okay. That's along the lines I was thinking of.
We need another movement like that.
They got to get a collaborative movement and,
Exactly.
and kind of say that we rocking for each other.
And even then, and being that we're in this new era, now that female MCs are in the running or in the conversation, because think about it, this is the most we've ever heard about female MCs in quite some time.
Absolutely.
Now that they're in the running, just get like a Slaughterhouse type record and gas. Show them that you're more than just big titties and ass. You know what I'm saying? Show them that you're more than just pretty. Show them that you have like an immense talent that no one can take from you.
You take their respect.
Take their respect. Exactly. And we've talked about that shit on this show so many times. Go back and listen, goddamn it. But it's real shit. As a hip hop listener, as a heterosexual hip hop listener, we can't relate to sucking dick. We can't relate to
Not only can we not relate to it, I don't want to relate to it.
There's that. You don't want to relate to it. But then you got a female that's spitting. And you got to catch yourself because you just spitting with her and then she starts saying some wild, you know what I'm saying?
That's how it was when I first heard Rhapsody. I was like, she is gassing this, but I'm not saying that. Oh, but that's hard.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Like, create the atmosphere that you're torn to rap this person's lyrics because you can't relate to what they're saying, but they're gassing.
That's how
so
I felt about
hard.
that Motorsport track.
Yeah.
I like Cardi and Nicki's verse. I feel like they spazzed it, but there's certain lines in there I'm like,
you just can't say because they're not you, but you can't help but feel it.
Yeah, you can't help but feel it. Like you say, you can't deny that this person is doing X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. Shit, looking at Young and May, I don't know what it's like to fuck with a strap on. That's not my thing. But guess what? That record that she did on Money, Power, Respect is one of the best covers I heard.
I haven't heard that joint yet.
I forgot what the hell it's called. I'll play it for you when we get done with the show. But Young and May went to work on that shit. And honestly, she let me down, bro. I feel like she didn't capitalize on her momentum.
Nah, I agree with
She
you.
had the Ooh record. She had that freestyle. Then she had the verse on Uncle Murder shit. And then just disappeared.
The freestyle you talking about, she was just rapping by herself?
Yeah.
I
like
know what you're talking about. Then. Yeah, in the building, she was wearing all black?
Bruh, 8.
Yeah, she killed that.
It was dinner
She
time.
killed that. I think in addition to the females, or the women, I don't want to say females like that, the women doing what we suggested they should do, I think as men, somebody got to come out and be like, yo, y'all need to peep this. They killing shit.
But
because I think overall that makes better music.
Here's why they can't do that. Here's why I'm going to disagree with that. Is because if that was to work, there's always that asterisk like, yeah, but if Kendrick didn't say this, then you wouldn't be doing that. And like shit, look at Missy. Missy's legend.
Yeah.
Missy's Hip Hop Hall of Fame, no fucking problem.
Right.
But everyone always says, without Timbaland, you wouldn't have been who you were.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? And that was her partner.
I get what you're
Like,
saying. They're saying that there's a male dominance behind your success.
Exactly.
Basically.
Like without a man, you wouldn't have been shit.
Right.
And in Missy's case, well, in a lot of these female artists' case, like that's unfair.
Yeah, it is completely unfair because, yeah, it's unfair. It's unfair. I think. Well, then I get. With that said, I guess you're right. I think they need to make a ladies' night type thing. We need to start see more women. Maybe if more women got into the producers' lanes, got into those type of lanes, you know what I mean? That changes. I think that would change stuff.
Yeah, they gotta change the room space.
Yeah,
they have to come in and literally be like, "Yeah, I'm here too." But
like I said, it's going to take for these women to take their respect. Not wait for it to come to them because it's not going to come to them.
Right.
They have to come out there and take it. Oh, you don't want to give me this shit? Run it. I'm taking it then.
Now, I know that there's a lot of women that are probably listening right now like, no, they'll never respect us. But please go back to what we just said. There are a lot of female artists that when they're actually spitting, you have no choice but to respect them. I've said it from jump. I'm not like Drake gets on my fucking nerves, but I can never sit here and say that I wasn't a gigantic fan of him at one point.
Right.
You know, so it's like there's certain shit you just can't fight against. And even now and then, Drake will drop something that had me like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fight what you truly enjoy.
Right.
And then, you know, with what Cardi's doing right now, there is no more, oh no, females not allowed in the game, and yada yada yada. You know, Nicki having more number ones than Aretha, even though I think Beyonce just passed her up. And now Cardi, gold in a day. You know how many male artists that are out right now that can't go gold in a album?
They album still double wood.
They album is still going.
Album came out in 05.
You know what I'm saying? None.
You
no
ain't hit gold
kind of
yet.
following whatsoever. She went gold in a day. The landscape is changing.
Yeah.
All you have to do is rap.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all you got to do is rap.
That's it. That's it. I had something I was going to say to that, but I completely lost it.
To circle this all the way back to us pitting women together, these women in the industry, it's with that success that we just spoke about. Knowing that you can throw a monkey wrench in the focus of being the number one female MC just by, well, you know, she is yada, yada, yada. The fact that it's been tried and tested so much in hip hop, what Cardi's doing right now is what's going to change that shit.
I can see that. I said this a lot. I said this even to my girl. I said women are like the power. I look at them as the most powerful beings on this planet. I look at black women as gods because they truly. I think if women understood how much power that they hold, they can change the landscape. But like you said, what Cardi's doing is going to change the landscape. I would like to see a female producer come out and help with that because I don't know of any female producers.
And I was about to say I can't. And I'm pretty
Imagine
sure,
how dope that is.
I'm pretty sure there are some female producers out there that are ignorant.
Imagine how dope that is.
Boards,
you know
bro.
what I mean? Imagine. I don't know, but I like the movement that these black women are doing. They're taking their respect. They're commanding power. I like that. And ultimately, it can make for better music. The more people we get that are enthralled with what hip hop is, what hip hop culture is, then we can start pushing these people that are just appropriating the culture out. But we're going to have to do that collectively.
Bro, let me tell you right now, if there was like a ladies' night 2018 and they went and got Rhapsody, Young M.A., Cardi, Nicki, who else is buzzing right now? Who big right now?
You can leave those four on there. You get four solid
low
verses
key, it could be those four.
And just rip shit.
With a ridiculous beat,
Oh
female
my
produced.
God.
And it ain't even got to be the subject of it being ladies' night.
Right.
It could just be, y'all want bars, right? Okay, Nicki, give me what you gave me on Monster. Still my favorite female verse.
She destroyed that verse.
Ever. Like, give me what you gave me on Monster. Cardi, give me what you gave me in your mixtapes. M.A., give me what you gave me in the freestyle. Rhapsody, just be Rhapsody.
Yeah, just rap.
just do Rhapsody type shit.
Matter of fact, go take a break. We'll call you when we're ready.
Bruh, I would spin that every
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely.
I would spin that every day.
Yeah, and like you said, that changed the landscape. Not only, just imagine what that would do. If you did something like that, that's getting spins. It's crazy. Now you got
Conversation alone.
Now you got these other male artists. Yo, I want to go do a collab. You change your landscape.
You spin that. You go from, hey, so Cardi, there go Nicki. You go from that to now you're getting compared with the men. Now
Exactly.
you're like, yo, y'all heard this verse, right? I mean,
Exactly. She.
Y'all niggas ain't really been shitting the way they shit on that record, but just letting y'all know. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's a hopeful that I have for the industry. I like seeing stuff like what Cardi's doing, help propel the culture. I like that. I like that because boy, the culture is in a funky space.
It's in a weird place right now. But like, again, it has to be the true spitters of the women division.
Yeah,
it has to be.
Yeah,
because if you get one bad verse,
that's a wrap.
That's where all the focus is going to be. Like, why was this person on it?
It change if you get one bad verse and three good verses. It changes that majority of this song is great to this song is not bad. Opposed to when a man gets a verse from Birdman on the song, he ruins the whole shit.
Right. And from that record, from that huge whatever the fuck that record is going to be called, every female feature that follows has to be nothing but flatulence. It has to be the gas.
Even if it's not, it still opens the door for more female artists to feel comfortable doing
it.
this.
It opens the door. Very true. But I say that to compare it to men. I've only heard one bad Kendrick feature. Now I've heard some bad Kendrick verses on his own shit. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But as far as features, I've only heard one bad Kendrick feature. I'm trying to think. Forgot what the damn song is called, but when he comes on, hold on, I'm about to lose it.
This is a recent.
It's a recent record. The chorus like, "Hey bitch in Mount Keisha, doom doom, full seated."
Yeah, I
some.
heard that track.
It's some
I heard that
retarded
track,
ass
so I
record.
don't know.
And Kendrick comes on, and I'm like, Matter of fact, you probably heard him say, something to do with two sets of twins. Twins, yeah.
No.
Some record like that? No. All right, well, you know, George. No, I think that's like that's the worst Kendrick feature I've heard.
Interesting.
And it's just not good. But other than that, anything Kendrick was told to get on, he just annihilated. And it could have been a throwaway verse in his head. But because you knew if Kendrick was going to get on your record, you had to step up your lyrical ability. Right. But that's exactly what it has to be. Every time Nicki shows up on somebody's feature, she has to monster. She has to
kill it.
She has to fucking motorsport. She has to kill it. No matter what. And that's not, making her work twice as hard because you're an MC. Is that not what you want to do? No matter what record it is, Kendrick gets on there and he destroys. No matter the fuck what. No matter what M is featured on. He get on it. I mean, shit, he did a song for a LeBron James movie soundtrack and had the best verse.
Like, killed that verse.
You know what I'm saying? For a soundtrack.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to go that hard. Did you hear Wayne's verse? You ain't had to go that hard. Come the fuck on now. So I'm like, take away the whole got to work twice as hard on these records. Take away the over-sexualization and all this other stuff. And just give us bars. Mm-hmm. Give us bars and stop letting all these conversations, trying to pit women together. Stop letting that shit distract you. Be an MC. Be an MC first.
Yeah, you're right.
When you start hearing them talk, when you start hearing them, oh, this person doing that, make a record with them. Like, oh, okay. She said what? Oh, okay, cool. Then let us know who had the best verse in this song. Then how about that?
The women can compete more than we can. They can squash all this extra conversation.
Going back to it, bro, Cardi is changing the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because all the Nicki talk was happening and boom, motorsport. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Cardi's going to change the fucking landscape for female MCs. I just want everyone to follow suit after it happens.
Right.
Because I need Rhapsody to get a platinum plaque.
Yeah, she needs one. She needs two.
So this went from a short fucking episode to the regular ass length. So let's go ahead and just wrap it up here. Kev, let the people know where they can find you.
On Instagram, Hollywood Kev _ on Twitter _ Hollywood Kev. Again, trying to be more visual, so go ahead and hit that follow.
At Big Los UTC on Twitter, Big Los IG on IG. Of course, you can follow us at The Noize Podcast on the Big Three. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can go to BeatNetworkOnline.com to find all things Beat Networks. Go ahead and check out some articles. We got to promote something really quick, even though it's not for some time. The ladies that graced us with their presence during Black Podcast Month, Rach the Gym and Auntie B of Melanin Boulevard, they have invited us to be on their show.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Fun fact for the ear hustlers. This is our first outside beat invite we've gotten.
It is.
Since we've been doing this show. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
So this is going to be fun. And it's a conversation of the Battle of the Sexes. It's game time, baby. It's game time.
Yeah, it's Kobe and Shaq right here, boy.
That episode comes out, I think it's at April 28th? 29th. Sunday, April 29th. So, I mean, y'all got some double listening to do because obviously we drop our shows on Sunday. That show's going to come out on the 29th, so y'all can go ahead and double up and listen on that one.
Mm-hmm. We're ending your April off right.
Real good. Something real
with
nice.
That April Fool's joke on the 1st, and we still had to pay rent.
Man, I paid rent late. I made it. That was the, you know what? That was my April Fool's. Yep.
Y'all thought I was on time. Fooled you.
I should have gave him an envelope, and when they opened it up, is when the niggas doing this shit. Y'all can't see it, but it's like, you know what the damn hand gesture is. It should have been a picture of that. Like, I see y'all on the 5th. But yeah, that's gonna be a good show. And also, go check out the ladies of Melanin Boulevard.
Yeah.
Like, they have a very entertaining show.
Good people.
Big up to the they had they participated in the march to end domestic violence today in Vegas. Poorly promoted, but I'm glad they had such a good turnout.
Okay.
It wasn't their march, so let me not say that they poorly promoted it, but whoever the march was under, they poorly promoted it. But they had a really good turnout, and I know the ladies participated in that. So big up to them. Check out Melanin Boulevard. They're available everywhere we're available. And make sure you catch us on the Battle of the Sexes for their round table on the 29th. Had to catch my breath and closing. Whoa, I was about to say, what the fuck do I say at the end of these shows? As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. As always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
I'm taking a fucking nap.